Hey gang, welcome back to more Final Fantasy Tactics. As promised, we're reading
New discoveries await.
the Scriptures of Germonique. I opened the Scriptures of Germonic, entrusted to me by Elder Simon, and began to leaf through the pages. The words before my eyes were writ in a holy script of the ancients far beyond my ken. Several illustrations were scattered throughout, but many pages were missing or damaged, and the script was exceedingly difficult to decipher. As I turned the pages, faintly penned words in modern Ivalice script occasionally caught my eye. Notes of an explanatory nature had been added here and there throughout the book, all written by the same hand, though exactly whose I could not say. A faint scent of ink rose from these notes, and as I touched my finger to one of them, the writing smeared. It seemed to have been penned only in the last few days. I then realized that these transcriptions were most likely Elder Simon's work. He must have devoted a significant portion of his life as custodian of the underground library to deciphering these scriptures, line by painstaking line. I relied heavily on his fragmentary notes as I continued reading. Apparently, the Holy Script had been recorded by Germonique, but who was that? The name struck a familiar chord as half-forgotten history lessons rose unbidden in my mind, and then I remembered. Germonic was the disciple of Saint Ajora who betrayed his master, turning him over to the Holy Edoran Empire, and in doing so ensured his name would live on in infamy. I was astounded that a librum penned by the same Germonic from my history lessons now rested in my very hands. Saint Ajora was a child of the gods, descended from the heavens to deliver humanity from its self-inflicted chaos. By his prophecies was the word of the divine imparted upon mortal men. After his death, these teachings formed the basis of the Church of Glabados, its name meaning to obey God in the holy tongue of the ancients. The church's influence later spread throughout Ivalice, the further afield to Ordalia, Romanda, and beyond. The deeds of Saint Ajor are known to all, and yet I would seek to learn more of his remarkable journey. Saint Ajor's birth came some 1200 years ago, and in the midst of a golden age of technology when airships yet plied the skies. He was born in Lassalia in the city of Burvenia. Moments after his birth, he rose to his feet and approached a well. Upon reaching its base, words of prophecy poured forth from his infant lips. A calamity shall soon befall this well. Seal it up at once, that none may drink of it. Some days later, a plague descended on the town of Burvenia, and all those who drank from the well succumbed to the contagion and perished. Only those families who heeded the prophetic words of Saint Ajor were spared from malady and death. After the incident with the well, the people who came to revere Saint Ajora as a portent of miracle and child of the gods. Then, at the age of 20, his life was cut short. The circumstances surrounding his death are closely tied to the legend of the Zodiac Braves, told throughout Ivalice since ancient times. To trace the story of these fabled warriors, I must delve yet further into the past. Ivalice was not always united as it is today. Long ago, the realm was divided into 7 domains: Fovaham, Leonel, Limberry, Lassalia, Galleon, Zeltania, and Malone, each warred with the others in a never-ending struggle to expand its own territory. It was the age of feudalism. The conflict had continued for centuries until an ambitious young king rose to power in Malone. This young monarch dreamt of uniting all of Ivalice under his hand, but the road to victory was difficult and dangerous one. The king turned to the ancient tomes and the dark magics found within, summoning a demon from the netherworld to do his bidding. But once unleashed, the demon slew the king and set out to destroy the very world itself. To combat this monstrosity, a great hero set out on a quest. Together with his 12 comrades, he collected the Zodiac stones that had been scattered throughout the world, and thereby formed the Zodiac Braves. These warriors soon defeated the demon and its minions, and banished the creature back to its infernal plane. Their deeds came to be told as the legend of the Zodiac Braves. The Zodiac Braves have since appeared whenever the world balanced on the brink of catastrophe, only to vanish just as quickly once the crisis had been averted. Similar catastrophe threatened the world in the time of Saint Ajora. The liege lord of Limbury summoned a demon in hopes of seizing control of all of Ivalice, and once again plunged the world into chaos. And just as the legend, Saint Ajora collected the 12 zodiac stones. Once again, the zodiac braves rose to defeat the marauding demon. Thus was Saint Ajora hailed as the world's savior. However, the sovereigns of any age have small tolerance for interference of well-meaning heroes. Saint Ajora's fame drew the ire of the Holy Edoran Empire, which dispatched soldiers to capture him and his devoted followers. Pharism was the prevalent religion in that day, and its priests feared Ajora's growing influence. Ultimately, Germonique, the 13th disciple, was tempted by sordid coin, offering vital information that led to his master's capture. The saint was executed upon the gallows of Golgotha soon thereafter. But lest we forget, Saint Ajora was a child of the gods. The wrath of the heavens was swift and terrible. Immediately following the execution, Milan, the center of the Pharis teachings, was visited by a terrible cataclysm. The skies rained blood, and a storm of golden lightning ravaged the city. The very earth trembled, and with a thunderous roar, Milan sank into the sea. This was the legend with which I was familiar, the very same tale told to every child of Ivalice. But the Saint Ajora described within the scriptures of Germonique was a different man altogether. Ajora was no child of the gods. He was a mere mortal, no more divine than you or I. He was a revolutionary who fought to realize his own ambitions. He was no lover of peace, no hero who would sacrifice himself for the good of humanity. Germonique wrote of him, as the founder of a new religion with a rising number of followers, Ajora was seen as no more than a nuisance to the empire, but to the slaves and the destitute, who suffered most under imperial rule, the fair treatment and equal opportunities espoused by Ajora appeared as a ray of hope, and he is their savior. But Ajora was apparently more than just a religious founder. He was a saboteur who infiltrated enemy states to collect information and sow disorder. Ajora was a spy dispatched to the Holy Edoran Empire by a rival state. His teachings, the faith they inspired, and the influence he wielded were but contrivances to enact the downfall of the empire, orchestrated from within its borders by Ajora himself. But for all his guile, the Imperials were fully aware of the threat that Ajora posed. Germonique was employed to collect evidence that would allow the empire to arrest Ajora as a spy. The 13th disciple was in reality no more than the empire's instrument in a play to uncover Ajora's true intentions. It seems that Ajora indeed attempted to form the Zodiac Braves. Germonique confirmed in his writings that Ajora even discovered some of the stones and had entrusted them to his closest disciples. But what was his purpose in forming the Zodiac Braves anew? I do not know if the liege lord of Limbury actually summoned a demon. Elder Simon's notes speak of his doubts on the matter, and not a single line within the scriptures seem to record the event. Nevertheless, it appears the catastrophe in which the greater part of Malone sank into the sea did indeed coincide with Ajora's execution. The footnotes provided further enlightenment. They expressed a different view, no doubt the personal opinion of Elder Simon. Although many spoke of their existence, none had ever set eyes upon the scriptures of Germonique. Some might say they are fraudulent, written with the sole purpose of discrediting Saint Ajora, but I know this tome to be authentic. When I served as an inquisitor for the church, those in its upper echelons feared the existence of this work, and the same is no doubt true for the High Confessor. They were all fearful of these writings, for everything contained within them is fact. After Saint Ajora's death, the church, which had capitalized on his considerable influence to seize power for itself, had only one task: to conceal his true nature as a human being. This one fact had to be erased from the annals of history. They needed to ensure that Saint Ajora would be remembered as a child of the gods. Their use of the Zodiac Braves, a legend believed throughout the continent, was a stroke of genius. It was a simple feat to convince the people that Saint Ajora had led the Zodiac Braves to defeat a demon that never existed. I realize now that I had lost my faith the moment I began to read the scriptures, and yet I feel no sorrow. Thinking back, I now know that my desire to know the truth was stronger than my faith had ever been, but above all, I am guilty as any involved in this great travesty. All these years, the church has concealed the truth, and lied to our flock. Though I am compelled to condemn these acts, I cannot bring myself to do so. Even were I to bring the scriptures before the people, the church would not stand idle. In all likelihood, I would be accused of heresy and burned at the stake. But that is not the true reason for my inaction. This library is everything to me. It is a treasure beyond compare, the only means of slaking my endless thirst for knowledge. If I were to share this book with the world, my precious library would be taken from me. I cannot allow it. To be separated from my tomes, I can think of no pain greater. In the end, my curiosity eclipsed my will to do what was right. Within these pages lies the truth hidden by the church for so many years. The miracle of Saint Ajor were not but lies, and he but an ordinary man. By interweaving these events surrounding Ajor's death with his mendacious teachings, his followers fabricated a means by which to seize power. But is that truly all there is to know? Elder Simon wrote that Saint Ajor's demon never existed, but I have seen the dark power of the zodiac stones with my own eyes. There is an evil presence at work, something much more sinister than even the High Confessor and his twisted plots. There you go, we get a trophy.
Let us speak on this
For having read those, and that was 10 minutes? 10-ish minutes to read it? Not bad. Zaylan. Where are we going up here? Grog, Yardo, Real Veins. So we've got some stuff we can go do. That's cool. Yeah, Yardo, Zayland, Lionel, Egros, Yardo. Okay, we can't go to Yardo. But we can go to Zayland.
A worm, it's just rumor.
One new rumor, the Marquis Elmdor slain. Marquis Elmdor, liege lord of Limberry and the hero of the 50 Years' War, dubbed the Silver Prince by his friends and Silver Demon by his foes, is reported to have been slain in battle. The recent conflict had driven a wedge between him and Duke Goltana, with Marquis Elmdor choosing instead to take a neutral stance. In spite of this, Duke Goltana demanded Limberry's continued cooperation, but Marquis Elmdor firmly refused the proposal, fearing for well-being of his subjects. Relations quickly deteriorated, and Duke Goltana ordered the invasion of Limberry, bringing their armies into conflict. The Marquis himself joined the defense of the Foos Plains, but was struck by a stray arrow, the wound leading to his eventual death. Marquis Elmdor was a popular figure amongst the common people, despite his noble title, and had long been a devout member of the Church of Glabados. A steady stream of mourners pay respect at his grave, having served as the steadfast general of Duke Goltana's during the 50 Years' War. It is said that the Duke expressed profound regret for his part in Elmdor's untimely passing, and it seems a certainty that his death will affect the war.
Need anything else?
There you go. The Siege Weld. I was out for a stroll a few days past when my path led me deep into the Siege Weld. As I walked, I caught a glimpse of some dilapidated ruins through the trees. I had heard of an ancient wonder in these parts, but could I have been the one to find it? I pray that someone will go confirm my suspicion.
Who's going?
They're
How many
going.
days will you allow for this work?
13
Anyone
days.
Understood. Will that be all? Come back.
13. Dorder has none. Garland has none. Lionel has 2.
Welcome. Make yourself up. It's just anything else. Want to earn some gil?
Ruins at Dugera Pass. I saw them. Some manner of strange ruins near Dugera Pass. There one instant, gone the next. Might they be an ancient wonder of note?
Who are you sending? How long will you permit for this?
15
You
days.
understood?
Fenland Mystery. While out on a hunting trip, I spotted what appeared to be ancient ruins in the Chigolith Fenlands. Could they be one of the ancient wonders that I have heard about? Anyone interested should investigate further.
Who's going?
Lad Catherine
How many days will you allow for this?
Nicolina.
Anyone you send? Very well.
Dispatch.
Need anything else? Come back soon then.
And Egros. Oh, Egros is all the way down there. Okay. Royal Lasalia. Yardo. Can't do Yardo. Okay, so I guess we are going to Egros. Whoa. That was a lot of fights.
Good day to you. It's just rumour, mind. Will that be all? You're interested then?
Guard duty. This is an appeal for protection to accompany our Chocobo wains along the route from Egros to Dorder. In these truly troubled times, monsters have appeared on the trade roads and are beginning to threaten our caravans. Please protect the wains and the cargo they carry.
Who'd you have in mind?
Letitia, Josias,
How
and
many
Madison.
days will you allow for this work?
13
Anyone
days.
used? Very well.
Dispatch.
Anything else? Thanks.
Surely you will... Yeah, they're already back.
Good day to you. Want to earn some gil? You've some news from an... Right then.
We completed the task with marvellous success. A satisfying achievement, to be sure.
One of the main trade routes between Garland and Dorder passes through the Siege Weld. This route was only open of late and in quite the hurry as an alternative to the bandit-ridden road that crossed the Lanalian Plateau. Most of the wood remains unexplored, but to the knowledge given to us in a tavern led us to discover the ancient wonder deep within the Weald.
Now we are brimming with confidence.
Furthermore, we discovered a most magnificent location.
Fagobard.
Fortune surely smiled upon us.
This village is said to have been inhabited by an order of dark knights. While the fell blades of these knights lent them great power, they also cut short their lives. The order's number dwindled until, at last, no one remained. Final Fantasy 3? Final Fantasy 2? 3, maybe. Anyway.
Another ancient wonder. I'd consider that good. Anything else? I can come back. Welcome. Mike, you're interested then? You've some news from an errand. Right then.
We achieved a most excellent outcome, and the task itself was gratifying.
After hearing the old farmer's account, we made our way to Dugera Pass. There we witnessed an unusual local festival in which the small folk danced around a bonfire. We later learned that it was originated from a sacrificial ritual dating back to ancient times that was still performed today. Leaving the ceremony behind us, we continued to the pass. Though the ruins we discovered nearby were no ancient wonder, our efforts were not in vain.
It goes to prove that
As fate would have it, during our travels, we also stumbled across...
So it said we didn't find a wonder, and then she says we found a wonder. The Flying Fortress. The winged ones of ages past possess technology allowing them to transmute cloudstone into crystals, like the ones that keep this castle aloft. Unfortunately, both the winged ones and their wondrous knowledge were lost in the cataclysm. And if you play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2, and whatever the second Final Fantasy 12 game, Revenant Wings, yeah. And if you play Revenant Wings, the winged people are in those games.
Another ancient wonder, eh? Congratulations. Your standing as an adventurer has improved.
Level 3 adventurer.
I'd consider that.
How about that?
An errand's been complete. Right then.
Glad tidings. The task was completed with great success, the like of which we had no reason to expect.
We struck out for the Chicolith Fenlands in hopes of finding an ancient wonder there. The poisonous fens are an accursed remnant of the 50 Years' War, and even today their desolation bears silent witness to the brutality of the conflict. At the far side of those sodden lands, shrouded in thick mist, we found the ruins. As we were departing for home, we saw something extraordinary, a celestia flower blooming beside the noxious waters. By the time our children are grown, would that these fens again be carpeted in Celestia blossoms.
I feel as though naught is beyond us. Whatever challenges await, we will accept them gladly.
And on our travels, we found our way to a bizarre place.
Toza's village, a race of gnomes known as the Lilliputians, inhabits this village. These gnomes were ruled by a merciless dictator until a mighty giant known as Atlas freed them at long last of their oppression. The name Tosis derives from the ancient word meaning very distant place. Final Fantasy 3, maybe?
I'd consider that. Need any comebacks?
Okay, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna buy a gun.
Greetings. After all, in particular. Are you happy? Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna buy a gun. Oh man, look at all these things. Jade armlets. Stone and stop. Poison toad vampire undead. Dark. Mobilize disable. Magic ring. Silence and berserk.
May I help with aught else? I await. Welcome. You're in safe hands with me. This is your granddad. Won't be. Will that be your comeback?
Okay.
Looking for aught in particular? Who needs outfitting?
Oh, we got new weapons. New weapons. Okay. The wizard's rod gives more magic. $13. He's gonna get that. I saw 15 wizard's robe, but we have a wizard's robe, so diamond bracelet gives more.
This is your grand total. Most apt, sir.
Okay.
This is your grand anything.
Nothing. Okay, I have green berets, so
This is your grand. You won't be. May I help? Come back.
what was I doing? You?
Yes?
Yeah, more speed. His attack goes down, but more speed. But his gun is fixed attack, right? So more speed from Mustadi was good.
You require something? Yes? Something about this...
Aye?
Yeah, and then he wanted the wizard robe because it's even more magic. Yeah. Because it's more magic.
Yes?
Greetings, by all means. Are you happy? Thank you.
Oh man, look at that. I spent so much money.
May I become?
What is it?
Chance of inflicting slow when he uses that one. Cool.
Looking for aught in particular? Good choice.
She had a better gun, but I chose not to.
No,
A better dagger, but I chose not to get it. Where are we going? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be coming back, so let's just go there.
A warm welcome. Want to earn some... An errand's over and done with. Right then.
Despite many difficulties, we did all that was expected of us, and more besides.
We responded to a call from Larkham Mercantile to protect their caravan from monsters. While fighting off one such attack, one of the Chocobo Wains overturned, spilling a large stash of prohibited narcotics. We questioned the driver over the matter, and he revealed that the company president, Nalman Haas, a man aged 1 and 41, was involved in a drug smuggling ring and had ordered the shipment be sent. The city guard succeeded in arresting Haas as he made to flee, and we received an unexpected reward for helping bring him into justice.
Rarely will one reap such rewards. Would that you could have seen us at work.
Ah, yes. We also came into possession of a rare curio that is sure to garner excitement.
The Lance of Longiboon. Many adventurers have lost their lives pursuing this spear, said to be capable of piercing solid stone. Legend holds that it once slew a demon that had seized control of the mortal realm.
Fine treasure you found there. I'd consider that, don't you?
Good job,
No, sir,
people
thanks.
I've invited to the party.
Welcome. Take good choice.
Yeah, she'll get,
This is your grand touch.
she'll
You
get
won't
that
be
since it's better, I guess.
May I
Okay.
wait?
Yardo, which we're heading towards. Magic City of Garland. So this was a seasonal one because it wasn't there before.
Welcome. Make yourself at home. Want to earn some gil?
The Garland Magic Melee. The months of Virgo is upon us. Yeah, definitely seasonal. Confident in your command of the magical arts? Then put your money where your magic is and enter the Garland Magic Melee.
Who's going?
You. And
How many
you.
days will you allow for this work?
16.
Anyone you... Very well. Anything else? Thank you.
I'll be coming back. I'll be coming back. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome. That's the spirit. An errand's over and done. Right then.
We completed the task with marvelous success. A satisfying achievement, to be sure.
The annual Magic Melee, hosted by Garland's Mages Guild, again took place in Garland. Competitors fought one another using only magic, allowing mages of all stripes to demonstrate their skills. Though we all performed admirably, only I won through the initial rounds before defeating Alistair, a black mage from Dorder, in the final to become the 13th champion in the contest's history and the recipient of a fine prize.
Now we are brimming with
We have yet more to report. Namely, this fine artifact that came into our
A
possession.
tobacco pipe. This ornate pipe, once belonging to an infamous thief from the east, is primarily used for smoking tobacco. Crafted of golden tite, a hard mineral, it can also serve as a reliable weapon in desperate times. Okay, fighting people with a pipe.
Fine treasure you found. Congratulations. You're standing as a treasure.
Treasure hunter level 3. Okay,
I'd consider that.
that was a lot of
Need
JP.
anything else? Thank you.
That was a lot of JP.
Aye?
Magic boost. Definitely learn magic boost. Nope. Just a little bit more for steel shield. I'm about to get a trophy. Alright, he has mastered that.
Very good.
So I mastered a job, and because of it, got a trophy. Cool. Okay. All right, and that's all the errands. All the errands. Okay, so we have yeah.
Welcome. Who needs outfitting? May I?
Okay. We're gonna do a fight. Yeah, we'll do a fight just to spice up all of the reading that we've done so far.
Wherever I'm needed. Ready and willing.
Understood. As you wish.
All right. At the ready.
All right, 2 of those guys and 3 bombs. Easy.
Right.
Big damage. Nice crit. He's low in health. Can I kill him with our new ability? I can. And it'll give us a trophy, I think.
This should work.
Using 5 different draw out abilities. Cool. Arithmetics is way strong. Okay, mining town of Golan.
Welcome. Who needs outfitting?
I don't think anyone has anything I haven't already seen.
Don't be.
And the Royal city of Lasalia.
Looking for Orton, but you're in safe hands with me.
Yeah. Diamond
Will
stuff.
that be all? Or catch your eye?
And we're back up to like 100,000 gold, which is hilarious how that played out.
May I help with all? Don't be a...
Okay. Well, there you go. So that's this video. Encyclopedia.
Within lie many historical records.
Sid. Nobody got anything new. State of the Realm.
To fully understand Ivalician history, one must take a broad.
We've already seen that one.
Here
And nothing new happened.
Speak on this again.
So we'll just save. There you go. A lot of reading in this episode, but we did get a fight in. Tune in next time when we go to Grog Heights. Thanks for watching.